birds flying high. You know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new day, it's a new life.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome. It's Wednesday night, so you know that means it is the Crusin Classics Next Gen Series powered by Goat Locker Racing. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. We've got a fun race here tonight at Darlington Raceway, one of the best tracks on the circuit, legendary, and tonight it's going to be no different. It's going to be a legendary race. I want to thank our sponsors, Veterans for Life Foundation, Jam Printing and Promotions, and of course your title sponsor, Crusin Classics. Darlington, legendary, too tough to tame, the Lady in Black, and we're going to see how these guys tackle this track here tonight. We'll take a look at the track information. Darlington Raceway, you can see the two distinct corners, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, completely different, and you have to drive them that way. 1 and 2 a little bit more wide open. You kind of enter in low, go up to the high side, and get a run off of turn 2. 3 and 4 is a lot tighter. You got to be on the brakes, and side-by-side racing is going to come at a premium. You're going to have to be smart about when you make your moves and be on top of that. Let's get ready. We are they're already gridding up, so let's go through the grid now, see where everybody's starting. Brandon Evans going to start on the front row with John Ross starting outside of him in second. Starting in third is going to be Steve Tucker with Tyler Greneau starting outside of him. Cody McElwain going to start in the 5th position. Jacob Ellingson in 6th. 7th, Robert Hartley. Jamie Barkus in the 8th position. 9th, Tanner Bethea and Bobby Germain round out your top 10. In 11th, Leroy Kablentz and George Jewell. James Goshen, Ryan Perkins, Mike Browning in the 15th position, and Jake Ham in 16th. They're rounding out the rear of the field. No qualifying times, it looks like, for these fellas. Patrick Dravick going to start in the 17th position, and Doug Ellingson in 18th. So interesting to see those two back there. Patrick for sure being at the back, so we're going to be watching as he tries to get himself through the field and get up to the front and try to get the win. As we'll take a look at the race analysis. Next gen cars fixed, set up 115 laps, race the track. That's the big thing. And you got that one fast repair, and you're probably going to need it. As man, I tell you, it this track will like eat you up and chew you up, spit you out. I don't even know the saying, but it'll definitely do it. So you better be paying attention to it, and likely going to need to use that fast repair. One thing that we will see is caution is going to be tough. You spin down to the inside, you're not going to be able to guarantee you're going to get that caution to find your, to get caught back up. So if you spin out, you want to make sure you keep the car on the track. These cautions, the automatic ones just don't fly. All right, well, getting ready to go green as they come down the backstretch. We got 115 laps. Brandon Evans starts up front in that 39 machine, and he is also your points leader by about 8 points over Steve Tucker and Cody McElwain, who are tied for those positions. So, going to be a fun one tonight. I can't wait to see. I mean, the Darlington is a driver's track, so we're seeing the best driver tonight will come away with the victory, no doubt about it. Pace car off, getting ready to go green. As they come down, Barney's got the green flag in hand. Green flag is out here in the Crusin Classics Next Gen Series. Lap one in the books, and Brandon Evans out to an early start, but now he's got Steve Tucker all over the back bumper of that machine. We saw John Ross there on the beginning of the race, and John Ross, as soon as I say his name, he goes around. No caution as of yet. He's going to get that thing back rolling. I talked about it at the beginning of the race. Not guaranteed to get that caution, and he's going to be extremely behind the 8 ball after that wreck. A little bit of contact, not sure if he's got too much damage, but that happened so quickly. And, man, what a bummer for John Ross, who obviously kind of felt like a favorite. We'll go back and check and see what happened to him here on the picture-in-picture. See him down here trying to get a run. He had gotten into the wall early and comes off the corner. He gets a little bit loose, gets some help there, and goes around. So that's how quickly it happened. You can see no caution for that, so you have to be careful. You don't want to end up down there on the bottom. It just will not throw the caution. But now we've got a battle for the lead. This is the tough part. You've got to figure out how to pass somebody. It's so difficult to pass at Darlington. You definitely cannot run side by side. And Steve Tucker going to try to get up to the outside. That's one way to do it. He's getting up to the outside. That's going to give him the exit. But Brandon Evans does a great job on the bottom. Next gen, one of the few cars that can actually do that. And what a great job he did. And so Brandon Evans holds on to that top spot for now. But, man, tell you what, Steve Tucker putting a lot of pressure on this driver. Cody McElwain back there about 8/10 back. He's watching these guys to see if maybe a little bit of contact and he can catch up, maybe get around. That track position going to be extremely important. There's not multiple lanes here. There's only one lane. And if you get side by side, you're going to find yourself really losing a lot of time trying to run this track. But you can see they go up into turn 1 and 2, right up to the wall. Then you got to get a really good run off the corner, dive down to that bottom part of the track. That way you're getting a straight exit. In 3 and 4, it's a lot slower. You're really just trying to hang on for dear life. And just try to get this thing wound back up to keep the momentum going. And, man, Steve Tucker has it here. If you can do anything with it, not able to do it yet. He is right in the tar tracks. The tar tracks of Brandon Evans. Great battle for the lead. Check in on a driver that we're going to be watching all night long. Patrick Drabick there in that 07. Started in the back. Don't know if he had an issue in qualifying. Maybe made a little bit of contact with the wall and validated his lap time, or maybe just wanted to have a challenge. Oh, Leroy Kablitz gets a little bit loose right in front of him, but that's going to give him that spot. Now he's going to have the open door to get around Tanner in that one machine. So Patrick Drabick now up 8 spots from where he started, and no doubt he will find his way towards the front, especially if we get a couple cautions. Right now he's 7 seconds off the lead. But back up front, the battle for the lead, I would like to show multiple people, but here we go. Pass for the lead, and Brandon Evans, smart driving. I mean, that's that is how you do it. He knows that he is just one mistake from getting turned. Oh, we do have a caution. Tanner in the one machine has some sort of issue. Wow, you can see that left front not turning. He is, if we can kind of zoom in that, you can see right there that front left wheel just scooting across the ground. So he's got major issues on that one. That is, that's not going to be good. But Steve Tucker holds on to the top spot. We'll take the caution here on lap 10. So our first caution of the night. We'll see what happened. Brought out that caution. Saw Tanner get passed by. Saw Tanner get passed by Patrick, and then here he is just trying to maintain here. On the gas, you can start to see it get a little bit out of shape, then gets a little bit of help, spins back up on the track. Contact with others, he goes around. Just how quickly that happens. See, he just gets loose off the corner. He's already losing it right here. We'll see if there's any contact with the 36 of George Jewell. No, he's just overcorrecting it. And I mean, if the 36 did make contact, it's not enough. He was just trying to hang on to that thing. And I'm not really sure where the contact that really messed up his left front came from. Oh, right there. Ask and you shall receive. So big damage for Tanner. He'll have to come down and get a fast repair for sure. Apparently still out there on the track. I wonder, does he know that it's messed up that bad? I don't know. But you can definitely see that left front still not moving. He needs to go down pit road and get that fast repair. He's not going to be able to fix that. But, yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. No takers on pit road just yet. Well, we did have Mike Browning come down pit road. Now, of course, he was the one that that knocked that left front off. So Mike Browning comes down pit road, gets his fast repair. It looks like 4 tires and fuel. So he will have a little small advantage here going forward. But Steve Tucker out to the lead early. We saw how much pressure he was putting on Brandon Evans. And, you know, I was getting ready to say, Brandon, he knows, I mean, one little small mistake, one little bounce off the wall, and unfortunately, Steve would be right there, and it would be nothing he could do. So, Brandon, I wouldn't say he's feeling the pressure, but I think you have to say, okay, he's definitely wanting to go a little bit faster than I am, and I don't want to have us make contact, have some sort of issue. I'll just let him go, and maybe he'll do the same for me later on down the line. So he just did the right thing. Not going to battle side by side, put both of you at risk. He just lets them go. Too early for that. I think once we get towards the end of the race, we'll see that become less and less. But here early on, I think that's a smart thing to do. That's why he's your points leader. Let Steve Tucker go. Now, Steve Tucker before the race said he said Darlington's going to be my downfall. But so far, that 24 machine has looked really, really good here early in this race. It's still early, but it looks like he knows how to get around here just fine. Big movers. James Goshen in that 85 machine. He has moved up 5 spots, and that guy right behind him, Patrick Drabick, there in the 07, has made up 8 spots from where he started. Now, who would love to see that caution is John Ross, who goes down pit road, gets some damage fixed on that 99 machine after the contact with the inside wall. and got the caution he needs to get back up there. Now it's time to have to kind of work your way through the field. And it's tough to pass here. You have to have a lot of patience. Will he be able to have that patience knowing that he has got a lot of work to do here, especially if we go green? But up front, getting ready, get this race back rolling. So far, I like what I've seen. Guys already struggling with the handling of the race car, a little bit of contact with the wall. We've seen all of Darlington packed into a beautiful 10-lap run there. As we saw some passing, we saw guys struggling with the handling of their car. Just an awesome racetrack, and we still got 100 laps left of this. Green flag back out. Steve Tucker gets a pretty good restart, but Brandon Evans actually gets a really nice one here. Brandon's going to be in a really good spot for the entry of turn 1 and 2. He's going to be able to drive right back out to the front. Steve Tucker kind of asleep on that restart. Is he going to lose 2 spots? Maybe. As Tyler Greneau goes to the 2nd position. Move Tyler Greneau up into that 2nd spot. He has moved up a couple spots from where he started, but Steve Tucker already back on the hunt. You can see, look at Steve Tucker struggling on throttle. That car wanting to just break loose. The next gen is just like that. You just don't know sometimes what it's going to do when it lands, and when you get back on the throttle, and it can quickly get out of shape. So you have to be patient, be smart. He's got a good run here. Let's see if he does anything with it. Tyler trying to lean down to keep him from doing it. Steve gets right on that left rear bumper. And Steve's going to have to wait a little bit longer. But listen at the throttle. I mean, just having to be so patient. Go down in the corner. Get back on the throttle. In 1 and 2, you can't let off the gas all the way through the corner. You have to let off, go down. You watch right here, Steve Tucker. Drive down here, put his left sides right at the apron, then get back on the gas. You're on the gas here, and you're trying to hold it as long as you possibly can. Turn the car down off the corner. And that is so tricky. Steve making it look easy, but that is a very, very difficult line to run and do it so lap after lap. Takes a lot of patience. 3 and 4 is a little bit more of a normal corner. Kind of let off, let it roll back on the throttle. But 1 and 2 is just such a unique corner. We got a little bit of contact as Steve Tucker gives the 81 the bumper, saying, "Hey, you gonna let me by like Brandon Evans did?" And I don't know if Tyler is willing to do that. But so far, man, what a great race up here up front. As man, just continuing to stutter here. Watch it as Patrick Rabbit continues his drive towards the front. James Goshen's going to get loose. Oh, and he spins. The 85 spinning right in front of Patrick Drabick. No caution, though, as he's able to save it. He 2-foot smashes it and gets it back going, but almost disaster for James Goshen as he was, man, really trying to hang on to that thing. Got another great battle between teammates here as they're starting to run down this lead pack. We've got now 6 drivers within 1.2 seconds, 1.1 seconds of each other. So what are we missing here? Look at this racing. Where else do you see this other than Goat Locker? Now, one thing about Darlington, tire wear is a factor now. With it being only 72 degrees, how much will those tires wear? They should be gripped up as much as possible. So we'll see if tire wear becomes a big deal, but I would imagine that it's gonna definitely matter later the further we get into this run. That right front's just not gonna want to turn, especially in 3 and 4. It's gonna really struggle with speed, and then in 1 and 2, that right rear will start to heat up, and you'll really be struggling to get off the 2. So it's important to keep balanced here on tire wear. You see some smoke going on. Well, all the Goat Locker guys running 4, 5, 6, and 7 as Patrick Dravick has gotten by a few more drivers. But here comes John Ross, man. He is on a fresh set of tires, and he's also getting ready to – he is driven up through the field. I wondered how long it was going to take him, so that might be our answer about fresh tires. I'm pretty sure he took a set. If he didn't, he is laying down some really fast lap times. He's running a little bit different line than Patrick Dravick. Dravick is running a higher line in 3 and 4. You can run a couple different lines, but you see right here, everybody running the exact same one. Right down to the bottom, up towards the wall, and try to cut the exit right there, because look how the turn 2 wall comes at you quick. So you see in 3 and 4, Patrick running a higher line where John Ross trying to roll the center just a little bit better, and actually does a really good job there, but not able to keep that momentum up. He has to get beside him before the corner. That's what's so difficult about this track. So you have to use the run on exit. Like right here, you've got to get a better run to get alongside of him before the turns, because you're not going to be able to make that move in the middle of the turns. Get there again. He's been trying this a couple times. Does a great job at the top side. You see the momentum. He was able to get off the corner. John Ross really putting pressure on Patrick, but Patrick not giving an inch. Going to pull away just a little bit. Continues to try to run down his teammates right in front of him. Patrick a little bit faster than just about everybody in the top 5 at the moment. Brendan Evans starting to pull away a little bit here. Steve Tucker has gotten around Tyler Greneau and now sets his sights on Brandon Evans. I'm curious about the fuel run that they can do here. I expect to see Green Flag Racing from here on out, as everybody's tires are kind of up to temperature. And like I said, I mean, you spin out, it's not likely you're going to get that caution. So Jacob Ellingson way up out of the groove as Jamie Barkus is going to go around him. Everybody being pretty cordial right now, but Jacob Ellingson going the wrong way. He gained a spot from where he started. Now he's back into his starting spot, but seems like that 27 car is really struggling in the middle. See just how much room, how much space these guys gained on him in the middle of 3 and 4, 1 and 2. Seems like he's okay. Gets close to that wall. Man, he's really pushing it. You can hear him shifting. Keep those RPMs up. Watch right here. See how quickly they gain on him in 3 and 4. So he's definitely struggling with the handling of that 27 car. John Ross still trying to put the pressure here on Patrick Dravick. Look how close he is off the corner. Gonna get a run here as Patrick gets a little bit of the wall. That might open the door for the 99. Oh, they're gonna turn. Oh, the 07 gets turned. He's going to go up into the groove and spins it out, trying to get back on the track. No caution. Caution finally comes out as Patrick Dravick goes around. They make a little bit of contact. And caution out again for contact between Patrick Dravick and John Ross. Man, look at them guys. Boys getting racy up here. I like it. No, they don't like to have some contact. Let's go back and see, try to figure out what happened between these two drivers. Watching here as they come off the corner, and you can see they side by side here down the front stretch, and it's really hard to say. There's a lot going on off the corner, and you see Patrick may have gotten a little bit of the wall. Boom, backs up off of it. The 99 really getting close to the left rear quarter. And Patrick does kind of come down a little bit off the wall. See right here, kind of shifts down just ever so slightly, but it just not a whole lot of room to do anything there. But I think the 99 really was trying to make that move. Got just a little bit too close for internet racing, apparently. I think in real life they make contact and keep going. You see Patrick tried to get back going, and back end came out from under him. Once you spin those cars out, those rear tires get hot, and he cannot get the power down. All right, pit road's going to be wide open. Everybody down on pit road getting 4 tires and fuel. Tanner Bethea, who pitted 22 laps ago, he stays out. I think Bobby Germain as well has yet to come down pit road. So Brandon Evans going to win the battle off pit road. Cody McElwain going to be in second. We haven't really talked, or Steve Tucker, excuse me, going to come out of pit road behind him. Cody McElwain right behind Steve Tucker. We haven't talked about Cody much tonight, but last week it was all Cody as he dominated at Watkins Glen. Just an impressive run. I mean, I can't say I'm really that impressed because I've seen him do that so many times. I mean, just he's a bad man when it comes to them road courses, and he showed it. I think he won by, I don't know, I think he won by almost 30 seconds, maybe more. Just a really impressive drive. So, going to be interesting, this restart. You always kind of wonder, as Bobby Germain actually, I think, decides against it, brings that 42 down pit road the second lap. I don't know what the strategy call is there, but decides to come down and get 4 tires. Maybe he was trying to lead a lap, I don't know, but wasn't able to do it. Tanner's going to stay out. It's going to make it a little bit nervous. You see the 3 of Jake Ham. Not really sure what's happened to him in this race. I don't know if he had some connection issues or what, but see Jake Ham in that 3. He has a couple laps down. He's trying to get one of them back here and hopefully get a caution to get the lucky dog if he can. But Tanner Bethea, we saw him spin out earlier, get the basically the left front wheel just knocked off for the most part, and here he is in the lead. Although 23 lap older tire is going to be tough. I mean, I'm not going to pull no punches in online racing, especially on iRacing. This is something that everybody kind of gets worried about. And I don't mean to pick on Tanner. It's just the way that things are. You haven't been up front all race long and then decide to stay out. But, I mean, if we're limited on tire sets, that's just sometimes that's what you have to do. You come down pit road, you got a set of tires. And now, if you want to make sure that you get back on the same strategies as everybody else, he has to stay out. They do have 4 tire sets, so but I mean, 115 laps to take your second set by 36, that would be pretty tough. So can't say I don't blame him at all for making this call, but I would imagine everybody around him a little bit nervous, as his tire difference is going to be pretty massive. But if he can get a good restart and get away, get a couple car lengths away, let the pack sort of spread out into turn 1 and 2, they should be able to make moves just fine and get around him. But he's going to get eaten up pretty quick. All right, lap 36 coming to lap 37. Still have a long way to go here at Darlington. Tanner Bethea out front in that number 1 machine, going to the Geico restart zone. Gets a good jump, but goes nowhere. You can see just not able to get the power down and really checks up that bottom row, and that top row going to fly right by him. Steve Tucker may try to get around him pretty quickly. You see Cody McElwain able to get clear. Coming off of 2. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Here comes Steve Tucker down to the inside. Tanner drives down there, but you see the difference right in the middle of the corner, especially in 3 and 4. Those older tires just don't have the grip that you need. Now he's under fire. Brandon Evans going to take control of this race yet again, so he is out front, which has been sort of a normal thing. Oh, his caution's out. Caution is out. It looks like Jacob Ellingson, the 27, Veterans for Life Foundation, Chevy Camaro. A little bit of damage there. Not sure what happened to him. We'll have to go back and check that out, but that brings out another caution. Check it out here on this replay. He's inside of the 81 of Tyler Greneau here, battling, trying to get around that 1. Go down to the corner, make a little bit of contact, but all good. Comes down really low off the corner. Let's see what happens. Oh, just going to turn the 81. 81 gets in the wall, then just knocks the 27 back down towards the inside wall. Caution comes out. See right here. 27 just has a bad angle off this corner. Yeah, I mean, the 27 just comes up into the 81. The 81 has to make the exit of the corner. So he's doing, you see he's following everybody with the natural line, but the 27 just, it was not going to make the corner. Honestly, the 27 is lucky the 81's there, because watch this. I mean, the way that that car is going to shoot out to the outside wall, it's just not a good place to try to make a pass. You can see the 27 wasn't going to make the corner. He was going to plow the wall if it wasn't for the 81. So, honestly, that was good for both of them, because the 81 should be okay. He didn't get too much damage, but if he wouldn't have been there, Jacob Ellingson would be his whole front end be falling off that thing. Brandon Evans still in that top spot. Cody McElwain, your new second place driver, he was able to get through after that that restart. And here comes Tanner Bethea. He says, enough of this. He's got to come down pit road and give up all that track position. I think that's a good call. I think it's I'd always rather be going forward, even if I have to use an extra set of tires at maybe an unopportune time. I would much rather be on attack than I ever would want to be on defense with old tires. It's just never a position that's fun to be in. At a track like Darlington, it's just it's going to make guys do wild and crazy things, and you're going to be holding on for dear life almost every single lap. You want to talk about stressed out. Try staying out on 30-lap old tires at Darlington as the headhunters are coming around you. So I don't blame them one bit. Right now, Brandon Evans, Cody McElwain, Steve Tucker, Jamie Barkus, John Ross. Your top 5. So John Ross recovers after that spin early on and is now finds himself back in the top 5. I can't argue that I think he might be somebody to watch out for towards the end of this thing. But right in front of him, Jamie Barkus has had a really great race so far, as he is up in the 4th position in that Crusin Classics 15 car, and he's got a smile on his face. It's weird to see. Dang. I mean, it's kind of a half smile, but part of me thinks that Jamie might be happy right now. And it helps when you're running in 4th. He seems to be pretty fast. He's moved up 4 spots from where he started. And you could see him being patient early. And it's paid off for him. He has been able to slowly work his way up through with the with a couple spots off of pit road, some different guys falling back, and he's been able to make some passes and maintain. He's doing a fantastic job. So Jamie Barkus up to 4th. We're getting ready for this restart. Man, I tell you, Brandon Evans has been really strong all night long. We saw Steve Tucker. I don't know why I call him Steven Tucker. Steve Tucker get around him a couple cautions ago, and had the lead. So I'm wondering if anybody can get around him. Can Cody gas it up, get a good start? Steve Tucker gonna work on his restarts a little bit as he got snookered on one of those cautions. As Brandon Evans really just kind of gassed it up around him on the outside. These restarts going to be important. Oh, Jamie Barkus blinks out just a little bit, but comes right back. See if Cody McElwain and Steve Tucker can do anything with Brandon here on this restart. Green flag is out, and man, Brandon Evans with another fantastic restart. I wonder if he's starting in first, everybody else starting in second. And just a massive run he got. Battle now for second, though. Cody McElwain able to take that spot. And, oh, my goodness. James Goshen almost gets to the back bumper of the 99. As here comes Patrick Drabick down to the inside, passes the 46 of Robert Hartley. And now Patrick going to set his sights forward. He got spun out earlier. Dadgummit if he ain't back knocking on the door of the top 5 here with quite a bit left to go in this race. Only lap 44 of 115. Oh, it gets a little bit loose there, able to save it. No pressure from behind, so he'll be able to continue to move forward. As, I think we have some guys. Oh, my goodness. Ryan Perkins. No caution. That skunk work 17. That left front, boy. Hide you left fronts is, man, it is a bad race for those. As he's coming down pit road, all kinds of damage. And his fast repair is already gone. So, unfortunately, Ryan Perkins, I think, is going to be out of this thing. You can see right there just massive damage. Go back and look at that on the picture-in-picture. Got the 81 of Tyler Greneau. You're going to see he gets loose off the corner. Somebody was already wrecking right in front of him. Who is that? That's Mike Browning. Mike Browning had some issue as well. Coming off the corner, just getting loose, both of them. Man, Ryan Perkins with a massive hit there on the backstretch. But a battle for the lead. Pick it up. Cody McElwain gets to the back bumper. But here comes Steve Tucker right behind him. Look at him. They're getting with it here. We'll watch as these guys, who are some of the best on iRacing, in my opinion, go at it. And they're all different personalities. That's my favorite thing. I think Brandon is a relatively aggressive but a fast overall driver. And you got Cody McElwain, who, man, he is, I don't know what he's like other than to sort of compare him to Dale Earnhardt. Just, man, he'll put the bumper to you. If you ain't going nowhere, he's going to put it to you and see if you can handle it. Got plenty of speed, and then Steve Tucker is sort of the quiet type, but he'll catch you there at the end if you ain't careful. So, man, a lot of fun watching these guys race. They spread out a little bit after that little battle. As Jamie Barkus gets a run here. See Steve sort of getting her wound back up, starting to run down Cody McElwain a little bit. Right now, Brandon Evans about a tenth faster than everybody on the field out front. Tyler Greneau, the only one that's a little bit faster. He does have fresher tires. Oh, Steve Tucker's going to get in the wall a little bit right in front of Jamie Barkus. He's going to have a run here, but sides against it. Didn't feel like he had enough of a run. Oh, he's going to blink out. He comes back. You can see how quickly things change here. They get right to the back bumper as James Goshen gets loose down on the bottom again. He is, that's the second time he's had that He's really pushing that car. But you can see how quickly things change at Darlington. One little slip up, one little lift that you have to do, that momentum goes away, and you lose a ton of time. Go back up to front, though. Jamie Barkas. Watch as he tries to. See, now Steve Tucker pulling away from him. So it's just sort of a pendulum effect back and forth, these guys, as Steve trying to push forward, pushed his car to get past Cody McElwain. But Cody gets a little bit of the wall. How much Jamie gains in the entry of the corner. Oop. Got on the gas a little bit too soon. You can see, oh my goodness, Cody McElwain in the wall again. Man, what a great battle. Darlington, one of the tracks I haven't been to yet. Man, it just, as a lifelong NASCAR fan, it feels so wrong to say that. It's definitely a bucket list track that I've got to go to at some point. I love drivers tracks. I love Darlington. I love Dover. Those type of tracks that really reward you for driving really well. As Cody McElwain gets a little bit tight there, it's going to lose a little bit of momentum. It opens the door for Steve Tucker looking down to the inside. Cody going to fight him. Side by side through turn 1 and 2. We've seen, oh, Steve Tucker's going to get a little bit loose. You see him have to check it. They come off the corner, but they save it. They do a great job, but now Steve Tucker under fire from the 15. Go down into 3 and 4. It's such a tight corner as they come off. Turn number 4, side by side. Look at these guys. Boy, these are some of the best. We go side by side, 3 and 4. Can they do it in 1 and 2? What's going to happen here? I think somebody's going to have to give way right here. Looks like Steve going to get the run. And going to be able to get the run off the top side. You see the momentum he was able to get. Jamie having to check up to make sure he could make that exit and falls back into that position. But I'm telling you right now, Jamie Barkas looks extremely fast. All this battling's allowing Brendan Evans just a little bit of breathing room as Steve Tucker just kind of goes back and forth. He's been battling with Cody, and when he has an issue, he drops back into the clutches of Jamie Barkas. But here he goes again, got a massive run off of that corner. Cody going to really lean on that right rear, but he's not going to be able to hold him off. Wow, what a great move there. As now Jamie going to look to the inside of Cody. He's going to have that spotter call going down to the corner. Cody going to fight back, though. Don't want to start to lose a ton of positions, because as soon as you open that door, you can see the 99 of John Ross and Patrick Drabick there right behind him. So you need to fight for every position, and you can see Jamie loses about 0.3 of a second and almost falls into the clutches of John Ross just by trying to make a move. It's one of those tracks, and there's quite a few of those like that, where you better get up there and you better make that move. If you don't, you could end up losing 2 or 3 spots. And up here at the front, that's exactly what you're looking at here. So now that Steve Tucker was able to get clear, you can see he's starting to pull away from Cody McElwain and actually putting a little bit of dent in this Brandon Evans lead. Last time by, he was a little bit over 1/10 faster than Brandon was. We'll see as they cross the line here. Oh, Brandon lays down a flyer, and Steve Tucker well off the pace. He had a really particularly bad lap there. It's so hard to be consistent, I'm going to tell you. There's a lot of tracks you can run the same lap time over and over again, but Darlington just ain't one of them. It requires pinpoint precision every single lap, and I'll be honest, you just get wore out. Just going to get wore out. Jamie Barkas still trying to pass his teammate as the top 5 is sort of settled down at this point. It seems like Steve Tucker was trying to get by Cody kind of made all that really exciting for a while. It was really fun to watch. And now it's just they're starting to spread out just a little bit. Cody's maintaining with Jamie. They're running very similar lap times. And the tires are really going to start to really struggle here as Cody McElwain gets into the wall there. I feel like I've been saying that all night long. He's going up. Oh, he's going to really clobber the wall there. That should open the door for Jamie Barkus. Jamie not able to take advantage of it. That's 6. You got to be careful. You only get so many of those. As he really threw it up there in the corner. Did I see somebody there on the bottom? Might be seeing ghosts. Which top 5 continues to be Brandon Evans, Steve Tucker, Cody McElwain, Jamie Barkus, and John Ross was able to get around Patrick Drabick. I say that, but I think he was already ahead of him, so. Maybe a problem with Jacob Ellingson. Ellingson sitting on the track. 27. Open for a caution, but you're not going to get a caution down there. He's going to get that thing back rolling. He's going to go a lap down as, almost spins it out. So, Jacob Ellingson's day goes from bad to worse. You see, he makes a little bit of contact with the wall here as we watch this replay in just a second. Give it to you on the picture-in-picture here on VSRN. Watch right here, right in the middle of your screen, that white and blue car. He's going to get up into the wall. Once he does, he's trying to hang on to it. Gets a little bit loose and comes down the track. Spins it out. Definitely was hoping for a caution, but like I said at the beginning of the race, the detection for cautions at Darlington, just because you have so much runoff, it's so difficult. And you see, he stopped a couple times hoping that the caution flag would come out. Never did. Going to have to reverse it and get that thing back going. I mean, every time you wreck, you want to see a caution so you can get caught back up, get some tires and fuel. But here at Darlington, it's difficult. You have to be wrecking up into the racing surface. So Jacob Ellingson on pit road after that spin. And we've got a battle between John Ross and Patrick Drabick. I'm telling you what, Patrick has had a up and down race. He started in the very back, drove up into the top 5, gets hooked by John Ross, and has now driven himself back up to the top 5, knocking on the door of that 99 machine. He's going to get a run here. Down to the inside of the 99. Here comes the 07. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have not seen anybody make passes quite like Patrick Drabick has tonight. He is really put on a clinic on how to get around this place and make passes. A lot of guys have been really struggling to get that done. But I've seen Patrick do it just right. It's exactly what you saw right there, which was, hey, I'm going to get a run from the middle of the corner all the way on the exit, and I want to try to catch you right as we come off the corner. That way I have plenty of time to get beside you and make you think about that entrance to the corner. And if you could do that, you got to time it. It's almost a weird thing where you try to time it right there on the exit and get the run off the corner. And it takes some skill to do it. And I'll tell you right now, Patrick Drabick is showing that skill. As he moves up in the top 5. Now looks forward to his teammate, Cody McElwain, who is starting to fade just a little bit. He was up there trying to run for the lead, but he's made some contact with the wall, maybe affecting the handling of that 6 car, but it seems like the tires begging for mercy on that 6 at the moment. Continue to watch this battle. Brandon Evans has a 1.4 second lead over Steve Tucker. Jamie Barkus hanging on there in 3rd place. He's about 0.6 back from Steve. And then we're watching a battle between Cody McElwain as Cody gets in the wall again. These guys are about 2.5 seconds back from Kenny Vargas and about 5 seconds off the lead. While these two are battling, John Ross and Tyler Greneau are right behind them. It's just sort of a 4-car battle. We've talked about a lot of these guys all night long, and all of them have been involved in some sort of contact at some point. I don't think there's going to be anybody tonight that hasn't had some contact at all. As you see Tyler Greneau get right to his back bumper. Oh, he gets a big run here, and oh, John Ross gets loose, and boy, what a scary moment as Tyler Greneau let Jesus take the wheel there and just kept her straight. And able to get around him on the outside, and John going to come down pit lane, and he actually hits the barrels there. So John Ross just kind of having a really bad lap here, as that pit road will sneak up on you if you ain't careful, but he's coming down to make what's likely a green flag stop, may be the final for the race. Back up to this 4th and 5th position. Patrick to the back bumper of Cody McElway, but now he's got the 81 behind him, puts some pressure, makes him make Patrick work a little bit quicker, not take his time around his teammate. He knows he's got somebody right behind him. Oh, Cody McElway really loose off the corner. That's going to open the door here for Patrick Drabbit. Patrick has the preferred line, and Cody actually going to try to cycle right in front of the 81, and he does get in front of him, so he's going to let Patrick basically have it. I mean, Patrick was going to take it regardless, and Cody going to fall back in that 5th position and try to defend it, but you saw Cody was really loose there off the corner. Really fighting an ill-handling race car at the moment. Still has that fast repair, so if the damage is bad enough, he thinks he needs to use it. He can come down pit road on this green flag pit stop and get that fast repair so that car can be as good as new. Really hear him pedaling. Look how loose he is off the corner. Should give Tyler a run here. Cody's going to block that inside line, make him try the outside, but Cody's going to get in the wall again. My goodness, it's going from bad to worse for Cody McElwain. Side by side, and Cody just really has no choice but to give that spot up. Well, I don't know when green flag pit stops will start, but we're going to do a little through the field at the moment. Your points leader and pole sitter and race leader, Brandon Evans, out front has a 2.8 second lead over second place Steve Tucker, and Brandon Evans off to a hot start at the beginning of the series and has gotten the points lead and is looking to continue to extend it. He's got an 8-point lead over Steve Tucker and Cody McElwain. And I believe those are with drops, and he's got 2 wins on the season, looking for his 3rd. Which I'm not sure if that win total is actually correct. I think I might have more wins than that. But either way, he's just had a phenomenal season so far, and he's continuing that trend here tonight. And showing how good of a driver he really is. He's got a lot of skill. And it seems like the next gen, I've raced with him with trucks, and he is definitely pretty quick in the trucks, but it seems like the next gen, man, he really knows how to get around the tracks with this car. So he is extremely fast, and he's having a good night. He's going to have some lap traffic up here, but he has no pressure. 4 seconds behind him. He can afford to take his time as he's still running some of the fastest laps out on the track. Right behind him, Steve Tucker, another kind of breakout driver here in the Goat Locker Cruising Classics Next Gen Series. He is been a threat every single week. Last week he finished second, some 30-something seconds back from Cody McElwain, but still a pretty impressive drive from him. Just a good points day, and that's why he's sitting there second in points. But he is second in the race right here. He's had the lead for a second. It got out front, and had a caution come out, and just kind of got beat on a restart. I think the difference between second and first gear probably. And then since then, he's just not been able to get back to Brandon. Running third, Jamie Barkus. We've already talked about his great run. 5 spots that he has gained. He's currently running in that third position. And, yeah, these Goat Locker boys, they are fast here tonight. They have come prepared and shows off their skill in Darlington when you really have to drive the racetrack. But right now, in third position, getting ready to make a pit stop pretty soon. In fourth, Tyler Greneau. He's had an up and down race. He's had a couple different incidents with some other drivers, but now finds himself in that fourth position, right back where he started. And he has definitely had a lot of speed tonight. If he can stay out of trouble, I think he'll be in good shape. Right behind him, Patrick Drabick. The story of the race in my eyes, from last up 12 spots, from 17th to 5th. And then he goes all the way back to the back, and now back up in 5th place. So, I mean, if there is a driver of the race, if the race ended right now, I think it's Patrick, as he's really done an amazing job. You get a caution, get some tires. Maybe has something for this win for sure, but he has had to overcome a lot here tonight, and he would love to get a caution, get back up front, and be able to kind of go toe-to-toe with these guys on equal tires without having to burn them up driving through the field. Cody McElwain been up front all race long here on this long green flag run. He's starting to suffer a little bit. He's made a lot of contact. We've seen that car really be out of shape. He's really looking forward to that pit stop, I would imagine. Got that fast repair checked. Get back in this thing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it comes down to a late race restart. There's no doubt. If I gotta put all my paycheck on a driver, I'm putting it on Cody McElwain. So if we have a late race restart, you better believe this 6 car is gonna be in it. Robert Hatley right behind him, a solid race. He started in 7th, he's running in 7th. That's about all that you can ask for. It's like Tyler Greneau coming down pit road, so I think green flag pit stops getting ready to start here as he comes down pit road. George Jewell is your 8th position. He's gained 5 spots from the start of the race. That 36 machine looking pretty good. Leroy Kablentz running in 9th. Just trying to hang on as he is the first car a lap down. So Brandon Evans is lapped up to 7th place. Really, really impressive. 10th place is Jake Ham, who was able to run some of these guys down. Can't see it for some reason. But Jake Ham in that 3 car, we saw him a couple laps down on lap 30. And he's 1 lap down, but he is up to the 10th position. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. And John Ross is really short pitted. He pit 13 laps ago from about the 5th position. And so he's going to probably gain quite a bit of time on the leaders, may even come out with the lead once they cycle around, but his tires are going to be really eat up. So we'll see how much he's able to hold on to as these guys come down pit road. Hopefully they have enough time. There's only 25 laps left in this race. Back up front. Got some guys on new tires, some on old tires. Jacob Ellingson, I think whose that is. He is right behind Jamie Barkus. He's got quite a bit of damage. About 3 minutes and 40 seconds he spent on pit road. So if that actually Jacob it is. Don't recognize his car this particular week. I don't know if it's changed or if my eyeballs are just going away. I don't know. But Jamie is staying right with Steve Tucker. I mean, this is a battle for second here at the end of this run. And just impressive stuff. I mean, Jamie Marcus, out of the guy still on old tires, he was the fastest driver on the track last time by. So, Jamie got the long run speed. Gonna be difficult to get up here and pass Steve, I think, but you know, we've seen guys make a lot of mistakes. If Steve makes a mistake, Jamie can take over that second spot. And I think if I'm Jamie, I'm thinking about if I have to pit soon, go ahead and come down pit road. Don't try to pass Steve. Just go down pit road a lap earlier and pass him on pit road, and boom, you got the spot. So still waiting on the leaders to come down pit road. Tyler Gurneau, the only one so far that has hit pit road here for this last pit stop. And I can't tell you how important this last pit stop is going to be to get down. I hope you practice pit road. If you're listening to the broadcast and you have yet to pit, I hope you practiced, because it is tough. We already saw John Ross, who was very conservative coming down pit road, almost destroy his car on the barrels. So go check in on Brandon Evans, who, like I said, is lapped up to the 7th position. And now George Jewell has gone a lap down. So 6 cars on the lead lap. See the one right here getting low on the track. Not sure if he made contact with anybody or if he's just going down pit road. Looks like he's headed down pit road to make his stop. But when are these other guys going to come down pit road? As we're getting down to about 20 laps to go. Robert Hartley gives up his position to come down pit road. 4 tires and fuel for the 46 car. He's a lap down already, so might as well come down and get some tires and fuel and try to get back out there. I know John Ross patiently waiting for these guys to come down pit road, as he wants to get back on the lead lap. He's currently a lap down. The longer they stay out, if a caution comes out, John Ross is going to be in major trouble now that other guys has pitted. He is the 3rd car a lap down. So I think John would feel a lot better if these guys come down pit road soon. Got a battle for the 6th and 7th position. You see Steve Tucker, Bobby Jermaine going to get to the wall, trying to let Steve Tucker go. Bobby Jermaine just moves down the track. Well, still waiting on this pit stop. I don't know the fuel run, but I would assume with people coming down pit road, they need to pit one more time, but I don't know that. Right now, currently 63 laps since their last pit stop. But we'll see what they can do on fuel. They would have to go about oh, here it comes. Here comes Brandon Evans down on pit road. Oh, he barely made it. Holy cow. As that was a weird angle coming down on pit road. Makes it inside of those barrels. So here comes Brandon Evans, going to give up the lead to come down pit road with just 18 laps to go here in this race. Got to not make a mistake. That McConey setup shop, LLC 39 Chevy Macaro. Good Lord, I'm falling apart. Camaro. Don't want to slide through your box. You need to get all that you can get right here. Be smooth, but also don't make any mistakes. You definitely don't want to speed. So Brandon Evans going to bring it down, as his heart's got to be racing after almost hitting the barrels coming in on pit road. Very scary moment. I mean, he got all that he could get on that pit road entry. That's going to give the lead to Steve Tucker, who is yet to make a pit stop. And honestly, Brandon Evans is going to have to really get it. I like John Ross's strategy at the moment, as he's still on pit road. Oh, no. Well, Brandon Evans did the one mistake, and I don't know which one it is. It may be a commitment cone violation or a speeding penalty. I don't get that kind of information, but he has been on pit road for now 50 seconds. And we'll try to go back and see exactly what happened as he was entering pit road, and we'll watch it here on the picture-in-picture as he's coming out of pit road now, which will essentially take him out of the race. Yeah, just he didn't make the commitment cone. Just a big mistake there. You see that cone right there on the middle of your screen? See that cone right there? You have to make it inside of that cone as a sort of your commitment. And you see you just was trying to come down really late. Barely misses the barrels, but that is going to do it for Brandon Evans. Because now he is 2 laps down after having to sit on pit road for 40-second hold there for him. So Steve Tucker out front, but Jamie Barkus running him down. We have less than 15 laps to go. So what are these guys going to do? We know they have to make a pit stop, but what are they going to do? Come down pit road and maybe take fuel only? You know, you have so many different strategies when it comes down to this. You can come down, get 4 tires, be on the attack, come down, take 2. You don't have to fill it up with fuel, just need a few laps here. So when these guys come down pit road, what's their strategy going to be? It's going to be interesting to see as Steve Tucker, I mean, these guys are running off the pace. There's no doubt about it. I don't know if it's tire related or if they're fuel saving. Let's go on board. Oh, yeah. I mean, Steve Tucker is definitely saving fuel. You can see he let off the gas on the straightaway. Makes a little bit of contact with the wall. Yeah, I mean, he's lifting on the straightaway. You can hear it, the throttle being lifted. It actually makes it difficult to save fuel in Darlington because Darlington has so much on throttle time that when you're off the throttle trying to save gas, the car just doesn't react, doesn't turn to the corner like you would hope. So, yeah, you can see him make contact with the wall. So, very difficult, but man, look at this. We're going to have an interesting finish here as Jamie Barkus running him down as he's trying to save fuel. Can they make it? They only have to make it 10 more laps. Can they make it all the way? They're definitely trying. John Ross, you see that 99 machine, he pitted 31 laps ago, hoping these guys would pit. And he's punching the air right now. He's listening to him save gas. He's going, there ain't no way y'all can save gas. But he's going to go up here and pass the lead, unlap himself. So John Ross back on the lead lap, but he's only got 10 laps to run these guys down. There ain't no way. He ain't going to do that. Not at this point of the race. So as John Ross gets loose there, as Tyler Gano goes by. That's a pass for position. Those two are battling as the leader's right behind them. So the big thing is who saved enough fuel, who can make it. Brandon Evans took himself out of the race, unfortunately, with that mistake. And now it's wide open. Of course, I think he was coming down pit road regardless. But maybe just a last-second decision. And now Steve Tucker in control of the race. Can he make it on fuel? Has Jamie Barkus saved enough that he can put pressure on Steve here and push him to run out? What's going to happen? I can tell you. I mean, he's got a you-know-what-eating grin on his face right now as he's starting to put more pressure on him right here. Does he have enough fuel? Jamie Barkus all over the back bumper of this 24. He doesn't seem to be saving anymore. I think he's good. Can they make it on fuel? Can Steve Tucker? Oh, he's going to get a run here. Steve Tucker gets into the wall. That opens the door. Jamie Barkus down to the inside. He's going to take over the lead with just a few laps to go. And you see Steve Tucker get back on the throttle. He's like, wait a minute, my win. No. Is Jamie Barkus going to drive right by? Has Jamie saved enough fuel? We're going to find out here. Has Steve Tucker saved enough fuel? Did he make a mistake there letting Jamie by? Who knows? We're going to find out in just a few more laps. Only 6 laps to go in this race. If they can make it on fuel, I'll tell you what, these boys kind of snookered the whole field. As if they're going to be close, we're going to find out. Cody McElwain, Patrick Drabick, all have stayed out so far. And you see Brandon Evans now going to go down to the inside of Steve Tucker. Brandon Evans, couple laps down. He would like to get up there and unlap at least one, but he's going to be in this little battle as Jamie Marcus gets out of the groove. That's going to open the door for Steve Tucker here. Oh, they make a little bit of contact. Brandon Evans goes way down the track, and that's about the best thing that could happen for Jamie Marcus, because now Jamie can help facilitate this pass with Brandon Evans. Let Brandon go so he's not really causing any issues. He's going to lose a little bit of momentum off that corner, but he's got a healthy 4/10 of a second lead with only 5 laps to go. Can Steve Tucker get back on the horse? I mean, 4/10, 5/10 ain't nothing here at Darlington. All it takes is one mistake, and Steve Tucker will be there. This is one of those Darlington finishes. Can they make it on fuel? That's the question. As Jamie Marcus snookered the field, as he's starting to pull away, I wonder if Steve Tucker just a little bit nervous still about that fuel load as Jamie gets really close to the wall there. Steve Tucker still quite a bit off on lap time, so I don't know if he is trying to save fuel or if he's just struggling with the handling of that car. I mean, these guys have been on Darlington, on this surface, on these set of tires for 78 laps. That is a long, and I'm gonna cuss a little bit. That's a long ass time to be on tires here at Darlington. Jamie Marcus with the lead, 3 laps to go. Can he make it on fuel? Cody McElwain, 2.2 seconds back in that 3rd position. Patrick Drabick right behind him. Tyler Greneau, if these guys all run out of gas, Tyler is going to be in the best spot. He's back there in 5th, 19 seconds back after making his pit stop. But can they make it? These days, with all the different things that you have, you've got the ability to pretty much know exactly how far you can make it on fuel. Got so many different programs and stuff that will help you with that. But they're not perfect. They're not perfect. As we watch Steve Tucker, the 10th faster, last lap. White flag is out here for Jamie Marcus one more time. Does he have enough fuel? Can he make it? Can Steve Tucker up into the wall? He's going to make contact. He's going to lose a ton of time. Jamie, all by himself, only has to make 2 more corners. No cautions will come out. He got the white flag as it goes down into 3 and 4. Does he have enough fuel? He's still up to speed. He's coming off the corner. Steve Tucker trying to make it work. Flashbulbs in the air. Jamie Marcus is going to win here at Darlington. And you can see a big old smile on Jamie Marcus's face. He did a little fist bump and takes home the win on fuel mileage. What a great race by these guys. Just incredible. Incredible racing. That's why we love Darlington right there. Just so much to talk about. Racing, guys banging off the walls, pit strategy, mistakes. And at the end, Jamie Marcus comes out on top, and he's the William Byron of this race. He was such a William Byron move right there to be just right there in the mix. You're running 3rd and 4th all race long. Just got to be there in the mix if you want to win these races, and he did exactly that and brings home the Crusin Classics machine to victory lane in the Crusin Classic Next Gen Series. He's going to burn them down here on the front stretch as his teammates come to celebrate with him. And he gives a clap and runs out of fuel, I think. I think he's out of gas. He got one donut, and he was out of there. Well, man, oh, man. That was a lot of fun. Patrick Drabick's got a little extra gas. He's going to do a burnout for him. So, daylight comes out back in in Darlington as we get ready to talk to some of these drivers. We'll give them time to calm down and get into the chat. And as always, I'm not really waiting on them to get in the chat. I am stalling while I try to get the camera set up for the interviews. So I don't know why I'm lying to you. But heartbreak for your points leader, who there at the end just kind of had a couple issues trying to decided at the last minute to come down pit road and ended up, unfortunately, having that penalty that really cost him a shot at the win. But let's go through your results and see where everybody finished here tonight. Maybe. All right. Jamie Marcus, Steve Tucker, Cody McElwain in your top three. Patrick Drabick in fourth. Tyler Greneau in fifth. John Ross in sixth. Seventh is Bobby Germain. Jake Ham comes home in eighth position. Ninth is Leroy Kablintz. 10th is Robert Hartley. 11th, George Jewell. 12th, Brandon Evans. 13th, James Goshen. 14th is going to be Jacob Ellingson. 15th, Doug Ellingson. 16th, Mike Browning. 17th, Tanner Bethea. And then Ryan Perkins with that big wreck, that damage. He goes out early and comes home in 18th. Well, all right. Well, we've got some folks to talk to, and I cannot wait to see what they thought about this race and see how if they had a lot of fun racing the track like they did. As Cody's coming off the camera here. But we'll get him back on there real quick. Let's get him into the chat. Let's talk to him. And I can't wait to see what they thought about this race. Cody McElwain, this is Eddie in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you, man.
Well, man, you hit a lot of things out there. You was banging it off the walls.
No
I mean,
doubt.
you were sideways and you were sliding that car all over the place. But damn, don't we love Darlington because she can take it. And apparently you could too, man. You held on to it, stayed in the mix, and there at the end with some pit strategy, came home in the third place finish. And I guarantee you, I don't know if anybody had as much fun as you did tonight. Talk to me about your race.
Hey, I told my teammates, I said, man, I left every bit of fuel that I had out there and every bit of the right side paint off the cars on the wall. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I just started fuel saving as soon as we took the green that last time. And Jamie just did it better, man. I don't know if I tried to oversave at the beginning of the run or what, but he got by us there, and I just had to keep saving until I felt like I could make it. And I was starting to gain some ground on them at the end, but it was just too late. And I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but I sputtered across the line. I almost lost third place actually. But yeah, man, just a crazy race. Really good fun. So glad to see Jamie get that one. And just a great job by the whole field to keep it clean those last however many laps. It was fun.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the car. I mean, it was the track was pretty cool, about 76 degrees the whole race, so it seemed like you had plenty of grip, a lot to move around. What do you think you were struggling with the most with the car as far as handling wise?
It was just getting back on throttle for me personally. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I don't know if I was just giving it too much gas and I roasted the right rear or what. But man, it got to a point. I don't know, 20 laps or so into every run, I was just struggling bad with the rear end stepping out on me, and couldn't get back on it to get the drive off the corner. And so that actually the having that long run at the end and having the fuel save was a blessing for me, because there's no way I'd have finished where I did without it. So I was struggling that for sure.
Well, I mean, to struggle and to talk like that, come away with a third place finish, you must have done something right, man. So congratulations on that. I mean, you won last week in dominating fashion and come home with the third. That's championship type racing right there. I mean, you were sitting there tied for second in the points, and Steve's going to gain a little bit on you, but both of you guys gained quite a bit on Brandon there. I know points are really not something you think about because you got that win, so you don't really have to worry about it, but it's still got to make you feel good to see yourself moving up the standings, be up top. That means you're being really consistent. And tonight is another one of those nights where you maximize the best you could do in the car, and it comes away with the third place finish. So, man, congratulations on that. And as always, man, who you got to thank in sponsor shout-outs?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, just Jam Printing and Promotions, Veterans for Life Foundation, and Crusin Classics. You know, I say it every time I'm in here, but I mean it. We could not do this without them. Can't thank those guys enough. Again, shout out to my teammates like always: Alex, Jake, Pat, Jamie, and Ryan. I know Ryan's not been here, but great teammates as always. And just shout out Jamie for the awesome win, man. That was really good race for him. And just like to thank you, man, for what you do. We appreciate you.
All right, well, there you have it. Third place finisher Cody McElwain with that fuel saving brings home a car that's probably weighs a little bit less now that the right side is relatively out of that thing. But let's talk to Steve Tucker. Steve Tucker, your second place finisher in the best looking car on the track. And Steve, you had a really fast car. You even got out to the lead for just a little bit, lost it on the next restart, and could just never get it back. But you were up in that second position pretty much all night long. Talk to me about your race, man. What were you struggling with? What were you doing well? And what extra did you need there at the end to hold off Jamie Barkis?
Just more talent, to be honest. I mean, Darlington in general has not ever been one of my stronger tracks. So coming into the race, I kind of thought, like we'll kind of see what happens, right? We'll just kind of play it by ear. And qualified well, kind of figured something out in practice, and I felt pretty good. I mean, running up front was nice, and early on I wanted to pass Evans just to get that bonus point for the lead lap, thinking I wasn't going to get that position again, but just tire wear for me wasn't the best. I wasn't that great coming out of turn 2. Turn 3 and 4, I feel like I was pretty good in, but it's just a mix of tough track, tough conditions, tire saving, fuel saving at the end. I had enough fuel to make it at the end, but I mean, again, the mistakes happen too often to let Jamie get past me. So props to him for the win. But just didn't have enough today. The car, or just me as a driver, but. Overall, I mean, hey, at a track where I feel pretty weak at to finish P2, I'm definitely ecstatic for that for a championship run.
Well, two seconds in a row, that's got to be feeling pretty good. That Harpoon Designs Toyota Camry still looked really, really fast tonight. Just come up a little bit short, but like you said, it's got to be thinking about championship at this point. You got probably what you need. You're probably going to make it in the playoffs without much issue. Do you have a win on the season? I can't remember.
We do. Yeah, Kansas was our first.
That's right. Sorry, brother.
Good.
I mean, so you got the win in the bank, so you don't even have to worry about it. But you've got the speed, you've got the results every single week. You're running up front. That's exactly what you got to do. So you're getting it done. And man, tonight just came up a little bit short, but still a fantastic race all around for you, man. Who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Yeah, I mean, obviously harpoondesign.com. You said it, best looking car on track. A lot of these boys could definitely use the work of Harpoon Design. A lot of good-looking cars on track, but I'll tell you what, Harpoon Design just brings it to a whole new level. So go and check him out, harpoondesign.com, and he'll hook you up. But man, yeah, just good-looking car, fast car today, but just not quite enough. And thanks to you, Eddie, for kick-ass broadcast.
Well, we definitely appreciate that. Congratulations, Steve Tucker, who comes home in second place. But man, we got to bring the man of the hour. I mean, look at this guy winning in the Crusin Classics paint job himself. Jamie Barkis, your winner at Darlington. Boy, you love to hear that, don't you? That just sounds, that sounds good, don't it?
Oh, say it again. Say it again.
Jamie Barkis, your winner at Darlington. Come on.
Yeah.
Man,
finally.
Well, look here. You were up there in the mix. I don't know if you heard it on the broadcast, but I kind of alluded that this is a William Byron type race for you, where maybe you weren't the dominant car, but you were in the mix. And when the time come for you to take control of the race and take the win, you were there up front all race long. It seemed like you had a really fast car. And, a couple people made mistakes. You decided to save fuel and just out-saved them. So just talk a little bit about your race. How was the car driving earlier in the race, and what was your plan? I mean, you weren't that aggressive. You were just taking what they were giving to you and just kind of chilling in the top 5. Was that your plan? Did it work out like you wanted it to?
Well, I mean, first, to be completely honest, I mean, the car was garbage. I don't know what's going up. What's up with this setup now? iRacing updates, whatever the case, has changed it. But no way is this car in the track at all. You have zero feeling. You just feel like you're floating through the corners, and on exit, it's terrifying. So my whole goal was just to try to stay out of trouble, stay out of people's way, try not to get run over, and just keep the car in one piece. So it worked out, Yeah,
so you did that. You did that. And then on that last little run, I mean, were you aware that you were going to try to make it on fuel? I mean, 81 laps on fuel, that's impressive. And, a lot of people didn't immediately jump down pit road. John Ross pitted, 40 laps into that run, assuming he couldn't make it. Was that something you planned for? Did y'all know that was possible when you took the green flag, or is that something you found out a little bit later?
Well, I was doing everything I could to save under those 2 cautions. We had those 2 cautions that came out relatively quick. So I was, shutting it off, clutching it, letting it roll, trying to save as much as I could. But when we got going, I quickly realized that didn't really even put a dent in it. I think I was showing 4 laps short, pretty much right off the bat. I kind of felt like that would be too much to try to save, but then I wasn't going to beat Brandon racing him. So Pat and Cody said they were going to try to save to get to the end, and I was like, well, I'll give it a shot. And I saw those two, Steve Tucker and Brandon, were just pulling away from me, and then I noticed Steve Tucker went into fuel saving mode, and just kind of made up my mind I was just going to follow him. I wasn't going to pass him no matter what happened. But then I don't know if he got into the wall or what happened, but he really got slow up off of 2, and I didn't have any choice but to make the pass, and was able to get out in front of him. Didn't think I was going to hold it because he mounted to come back there, but it worked out. So I ran out of fuel when I came back to do donuts. I think I got one in before it completely quit. So that's how close it was.
Yeah, well, it's just an awesome race, and a great job at the end there. Just managing the race, and right at the end, you're able to take the win. And I tell you, in Goat Locker, with how much talent there is, it's so difficult to get those wins. You kind of almost feel like AJ Allmendinger the other day, where he's like, it's so hard to win here. And it seems like Goat Locker, to get a win is so difficult. And so it's got to feel really, really good when you get one.
Oh, absolutely. And it's gotten harder this season. We've brought in some fast guys, Brandon Evans and John Ross and Steve Tucker, just to name 3 of them off the top of my head. Those guys it's tough to even get a top 3 anymore, and I every race this season up to this point, the first 4 races, I've shot myself in the foot every race, taking myself out of it. So it feels really good to finally get this one tonight, that the brakes just kind of all fell my way. And I didn't screw it up. So here we are in victory lane. Kind of was feeling like that wasn't ever going to happen.
Well, you're able to get it done. Winner here at Darlington, Jamie Barkus. And as always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Thank you for the awesome job you do. It gives me something to watch on Thursday mornings when I'm doing nothing at work. So thank you for everything you do. I got to thank Crusin Classics. They're the ones that sponsor this particular series, the Next Gen series here. So I'm very happy to be able to put their car in victory lane. I got to thank Jam Printing Promotions and Veterans for Life Foundation for being partners with us. We appreciate everything everybody does to help make this thing go.
Well, all righty. Well, there you have it. Your winner, Jamie Barkus, takes home the victory here tonight at Darlington, and punches his ticket into the playoffs. He's playoff driving in the playoffs. So congratulations to him, man. What a race, y'all. That was a lot of fun. Just exactly what you expect out of a Darlington race here in Goat Locker, and it always seems to deliver. Want to thank our sponsors yet again, Veterans for Life Foundation, Jam Printing and Promotions, and of course, Crusin Classics for their support of this series. Want to thank all of our veterans, current military, first responders, anybody who puts their life on the line to help others. Definitely want to shout them out. This is what this league's about. It's about being there, having a great place for veterans to come and race, military, first responders, all those. And just want to shout them out. Without y'all, we don't have America being the greatest country on earth, for sure. It's all about people, and so definitely want to thank everybody who served and who has served in the past. Definitely appreciate them. But congratulations again to Jamie Barkus for the win, and the whole field for just an exciting race. And want to thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed the broadcast. If you did, hit subscribe. V-Speed Racing Network is at 470 subscribers. We want to get to 500. Doesn't matter. It's just a silly goal. If we don't, we don't. We're going to continue to put out great broadcasts. But if you're not subscribed, you can just click that button, and that would help us out a ton. V-Speed, the main channel, over 500 subscribers here recently. So pretty awesome. Love to bring y'all the broadcast. So we will be back next week at Talladega. If you thought it was going to be exciting tonight, next week going to be unbelievable. Actually, I think it's a couple weeks. I think they're off next week. But regardless, Talladega on the 25th, and that will be fun for sure. 70 laps at that track. These cars, it's going to be a wild one. Then we go to Richmond, which will be an even better race, I think, and then Vegas and then New Hampshire. And then we're going to start the playoffs, and only one race every round. Wow, that's going to be tough. So those that are in the playoffs, they got to feel good that they're in, but it's going to be a tough road if you're going to win this championship. So, all right, well, that is going to do it for me tonight. I'm Eddie Smith, man. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoy it. Congratulations again to Jamie Marcus and all of the drivers tonight for putting on a good show. We will see y'all in a couple weeks.